Okay, recording this video after the close of trade Monday, 3rd of May 2010, and just showing you what I was saying before the open. I was expecting some weakness early Monday, amateurs hitting the bid, but will the professionals step in and buy support? We had exhaustion volume selling on Friday, and we need to see some bullish divergence next. So let me just recap the 4500 tip bar chart. This was Friday's activity with the close on Friday, and there's our exhaustion selling at the close on Friday, and the professionals, these blue bars, starting to step in. Then pre-open, this is the close on Friday and the open on Monday. So pre-open, we had a little bit of strength that kind of continued on for the first half an hour or so. And then we hit stopping volume pattern, some bearish divergence, professional selling bar at the top there, and we kind of sold off. And this is where we hit in this cyclical support level here on the 4500 tip bar chart. The professionals stepped back in. We kind of had bullish divergence, didn't actually have a signal on this particular one, but you can see we've got a lot less selling pressure going on at this point, and then the market takes off to the upside. So we breached 1200 today, Monday, and we had a little bit of weakness into the close because we had professionals starting to take profits, as you can see on these up bars. Professionals are exiting their positions on up bars. We had some profit taking signals, stopping volume, bearish divergence with lack of buying happening at this point here, and then you can see right at the top there we've got a Rambo pattern. So this is the amateurs expecting this breakout to continue. Because they've led the breakout. It's kind of suspect. As soon as the low of that bar gets taken out, we kind of know that that's a false move, and the amateurs have been wrong-footed, and we just kind of close under the 1200 level for the day. So question is, where are we going from now? And if I just look at my higher time frame, so one time frame up the 4500 tip bar chart's a 13,500 tip bar chart, and you can see here we've broken above cyclical support at this level. On this chart you can see nicely this is Friday's trade, exhaustion selling, the professionals stepping in, profit taking, stopping volume patterns, bullish accumulation volume patterns here at this low, and then the market takes off. There's our bullish divergence pattern. There we go, bang on the low. We kind of break through the 1200 level on the way 1200 level on the way up. Now we're above this cyclical resistance level here, so technically we're in an uptrend at this point. So we'd be looking for the rally to continue. We're looking for a pullback and an end of trend before this is kind of finished. If we go one time frame up to the 40,500 tip bar chart, my highest time frame, you can see here this is the cyclical low that I was playing off. Again, our exhaustion selling, professional bar right at the bottom, stopping volume there. All of these kind of signals are kind of lining up. You can see the detail on the lower time frames, but when they start to show up on the higher time frames, they kind of add significance in my trading. And so we've found resistance here with the professional selling bar up at these highs at this point. But we've got a little bit of a ways to go before we get a cyclical turn at this point. And what I'm seeing is we're likely to get a trend move breaking out shortly, a strong trend move, whether it's tomorrow or the next day. I think we're lining up for one. My bias is to the upside at the moment, so I'm going to show you why that is. First of all, on this highest time frame, we've got a little bit of a ways to go before we kick in with a cyclical turn. But if I look at my sine charts, so this is my sine wave charts, just showing, let me drop down to the 45-minute chart. You can see here's our end of trend warning signal, a couple of weeks ago, and since then we've just been batting backwards and forwards between these cyclical turning points here, and that's what happens with markets. We go through periods of trending activity, and then we go through cyclical activity, waiting for a breakout into a trending period again. So here's the cyclical turns happening on the 45-minute chart. If I just zoom up to the 81-minute chart, you can see same kind of thing going on, just batting backwards and forwards between these cyclical turns on the better sine wave indicator. And then if we go up to the 135-minute chart, exactly the same thing. So we had our end of trend warning signal. We overshot it slightly. We've come back down. Now we're coming into a cyclical turning point here, but the market's already started to rally. So if this level here, which is at 1206.50, gets taken out tomorrow or the next day, that would suggest that we're going to keep on moving up for this uptrend. Who knows if we're going to go significantly higher, but that's potentially what we're seeing going on here. The other thing that's if we look at the trend line indicators, this is better trend line showing these white paint bars show periods of congestion. You can see when we come into a congestion period and we have a breakout, we have a strong trend move, there's another congestion area leading to a strong breakout, another congestion area we broke out of initially, we came back into the congestion area there with that down white bar, and then kind of moved out into a trend move again. Now this last series we've been batting backwards and forwards into this triangle consolidation range. So, we broke out to the upside, was a bit of a false breakout, and then we broke quickly to the downside, and we've come back into another kind of consolidation pattern here. So, looking at my oscillators, this is the Trin oscillator. You can see the Trin oscillator turned a couple of days ago. We had our oscillator turn signal there to go long after we'd had a small winning short trade over the last period, and we're not even at the zero line yet. So I think we've got a few days left of strength. So during that time, I think we're going to start to breach the highs, test the highs, and let's see if there's appetite to go higher. So there we go. That was some trading today. If I go back to my day trading time frames, this was a nice kind of area to go short, and we also had a nice area to kind of go long here. If you start looking at the lower time frame charts, the high of this first move of the day, we had all kinds of bearish divergence happening here, no demand, profit taking patterns. The professionals were active at these highs, taking profits. The market kind of reversed. Going the other way, we had an end of trend warning signal. We overshot it slightly, but then we had our bullish divergence pattern setting up here with the professionals stepping back in, a Rambo pattern right at the bottom, and then the market kind of took off to the upside. And then the high of the day was when we had an end of trend warning signal here on the 1500 tip bar chart, and you can see that was all this exhaustion buying activity happening at this point here, where the professionals are starting to come in and take profits. The market kept on going for 2 or 3 points higher. You can see that we pulled back with amateurs here, made a bearish divergence point, no demand, stopping volume. You can see there's just a lack of buying happening here, and then finally we make an end of trend warning signal. We get a final push up here by the amateurs with this yellow up bar. Very little buying activity, bearish divergence, and then the market kind of slinks off. But we've come back into 1280, 1198, kind of at this level here, and on these down bars we've got professionals kind of stepping in here, maybe stepping in here. So my bias is to the upside tomorrow, and I'll be looking for a trend breakout move, either to the upside or the downside, either tomorrow or the next day. So we certainly had all the a lot of the other global markets were shut on Monday, so those traders are going to be coming back in on Tuesday, and so I'm expecting a little bit more kind of volatility tomorrow. So hope your trading went well today.